Okay, so I know about four more people supposed to join, but they just messaged they couldn't get the day off today from work, which is fine, not a problem at all. As long as you guys follow the normal, absence or delayed protocol, totally fine with myself, and you guys will get access to the recording itself. In today's class, I want to go over some of the things that I would expect from you, and also there should be access to the LMS account you guys should be getting within the next 24 hours. Is just getting created. I've just checked with the staff, and it's just getting created. The class whole batch is getting created. So in 24 hours, you guys will get access to it. Just give it some time, and in 24 hours, you guys will get either a WhatsApp message with the LMS login link, and as well as your login information credentials. Okay, which will be like either your email or student number. Where we went ahead and started student numbering, so you guys will have a unique student number and a password you guys can use to log in. I'll share you my screen so it'll be much more easier for you guys to understand what I mean by that. Give me 1 second here. And this links all will be sent to you. Okay, so you don't have to go ahead and panic and get it all writing down. So the LMS, which is a learning management platform, is located at CTech training.ca. Okay, ctechtraining.ca, and your username and password will be sent to you. Okay. With this one, your batch is called IT Help Us Jan26. This one, okay? This is your batch over here. So this would be a batch, and this would be ID, okay? IT Help Us Jan26. When you guys log in, I'll just log in here just to show you guys. And I believe depends on the access you have. You should be able to just directly go into this, or you might see this and you can only go into your batch, which is this one over here. If you click on this one, you should be able to go in. We're just cleaning this up from the other batches. It gets cloned down, right? So your live classes will have the timing, the recorded stamp like this, okay? With your live classes, they'll go on like this with the pre-recorded classes being like this, okay? Week 1, lesson 1. And I mentioned in the recorded 30 minutes video as well, the pre-recorded classes, why we have them are these are like the videos that it's good for you to know. They're very informational videos. They're not anything that has a hands-on activity. They're very, very theory oriented. So I don't think there's too much things we need to do to waste our time in live classes where we can be working on certain things. Now, that said, that does not mean we will never talk about it. Usually there's a structure to all these classes, and every class will be the first 10 minutes. We'll be talking about any pre-recorded videos that you guys have watched for the week. There'll be tasks assigned to you to watch those for a week. And anything clarifications you guys need, we'll go over it and talk about 10 to 15 minutes, the first 10 to 15 minutes. And the next is we will go over the class lesson. Usually a class lesson will be at least minimum, at the bare minimum, will be 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And then we will go on to doing our, class activity, which would be a hands-on activity that we'll work on. And then we will go on from there, okay? And then we might have assignments that you will take on and do. All assignments will have its own dedicated email chain that I want you guys to follow. And I'm going to show you guys an email format that I want you guys to all follow within this batch, okay, itself. But this is the LMS, and you'll have access to it in the next 24 hours, okay, with all the login information and everything. And this will have everything that you need to decide to do. Next week, when you guys come in, I'm still waiting for the report to come in from the recruiting agencies about the new certification which they're looking for this quarter, which will give you guys a better understanding of what certification you guys should be focusing on to get into the workforce itself. Okay, so that's something that we'll have next week on the 15th. Our class will be on January the 15th, so which we will explain then. Okay, perfect. Now, with that said, any question about LMS or anything like that? And your LMS will have quizzes here as well. Okay, there's some quizzes that you have to do. It's just for class understanding and everything. Okay, your LMS will have quizzes, and they open up and they close on certain times. All your assignments must be handed in through email. They're not on the LMS. The hand-ins are not in LMS. They're by email. And anything that is past the due date will not be considered as a pass for the assignment itself. It'll become zero. Okay. There's no excuse for late handing in. Doesn't matter whatever the reason it is. And if you do not do the assignments, you will not be represented by CTEC Training Center to any other recruiting agents. Okay. Which means that said, we are here to help you. You are here to help you as a team. So there's whoever the live people. I think this batch we have about 9 students. I believe we still have 1 seat left over. So 9 students in this batch. So you guys are all a team. That's how I'm going to address you guys. So if any of you students, any of your team member have question and you guys can jump in and help in the email chain, very good. Okay, that's exactly what you want to see. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to open up any questions so far, guys, about this LMS. Yeah, go ahead, Zakira.
Yeah, so for regarding the certificate,
Mhm.
for the certificate, we have to get it from, is it from online or?
The most of the certificate we talk about is usually I'll tell you last year. Last year, the biggest famous certification that was there for people was Azure 900, which is a entry level. It's a fundamental licensing, right? For that, there was an opportunity to get a 50% off to doing the doing the seminar for Azure 900, so which give you 50% off on the certification itself. It dropped the price down to $50 for the certification, right, to do online from Microsoft. Same thing for most Microsoft fundamental exams. We would tell you where to go and look for and get a discounted price for the seminar itself, for the certificate itself. Now, for most of the certification, they're all online. And you don't have to go in person and do any certification you guys will be working on, they'll be all online. It'll just be a test that you guys will do. There'll be actually, if you scroll on your LMS here, mostly we will put in resource that you guys can watch to pass the exams. And the reason why we have put these videos is in the past, our students have actually watched these videos and passed the exams to clear. Like the ITO Foundation, these two are very good resources. For AZ900, there's 2 videos here. There's 1 video here. This is a very good. Sorry, my dog is just barking outside, but this is a very good. These 2 are very good resource for MS900. This is going to expire this year March, so don't get the MS900. There's an alternate certification that they're trying to come out with, but it's still not out yet. So, but all the certifications, if we want you to do it, we'll find anything that our past student has actually used in past in the recent 1 or 2 batches. Okay, so you'll never be left alone with them. You don't have to spend money on getting extra training. We will give you all the right videos for you to watch or any resource you need to pass them. Okay, what we don't give you is dumps.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Perfect. But usually, the LMS has all the videos that you need that helped our students in the past. There's a resume building by this wonderful lady here. She has a very good resume building session. This is very good, and this is actually a format that a lot of our students who have used in the past and landed interviews, right? And also landed a job. But landing a job meaning you have to clear the interview. That's a different. We'll have one-on-one coaching, or we'll have more coaching later on the course, and the LinkedIn also. Usually this is very good for you to optimize your LinkedIn and your resume as well. Okay, we'll go a little bit more when we go down the course. I'll tell you about resumes and when you should start applying and what phase you should start applying it. Don't apply right now if you have no experience, because we want to start. We don't want to waste the opportunity now, especially if you apply with recruiters and they have your resume saved. You can't really update the resume. Okay, so just hold on until you get at least 1 certification. Next week, I'll get the report, as I said before. Next week, I'll get the report. So once I get the report, I'll share exactly the certification that in this quarter they're looking for. That'll be very beneficial for you. Okay, rather than just getting random certification, it's better to get the ones that are going to land you a job than just random ones. Okay. But your LMS will have pre-recorded course until the week 4. The week 4 is the biggest portion here. There's 3 assignments. 2 weeks, it'll be no live class, okay? For 2 weeks. And you guys will start doing that. This is not the exact dates, so don't worry about these dates. This is not your dates. It has to be fixed. But you have 2 weeks to do these 3 assignments and no live class. This will be all done through email chains. And I'm gonna go through some documents here just a little bit. But any other questions, guys? One second here. So far about the LMS. Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to get the other ones for. Okay, perfect. So your Google, I believe, sorry, they're just everybody's just coming home now. I'm at home right now, so that's the reason why there's some distraction in the background. So your 1 second here. Okay, go ahead. I'm in deep.
Sir, I want to ask like all the assignments should be completed before next classes. Like we need to submit our assignments on Wednesday before Thursday.
Yeah, so any assignment that, okay, so I'll tell you what I'll just show you right now. Just give me just about 5 minutes, I'm in deep, okay? Which when I show you,
Okay.
it'll make a lot more sense to you. What I've done with the past batches, and it is very successful, okay? Give me just 5 minutes, I'll just show you the email chain so that way you're aware. And it's not like, it's not like we just let you blind like that, okay? I'll show you what I mean by it, so it'll be a very clear understanding of what's happening here, okay, for you. Just bear with me for 2 minutes here, okay, please. Okay, so 1 second. Let me go to Gmail here. Oh, not in this one. Sorry, this is a training center one. Okay, so you guys will be emailing my personal one, and how you guys will get the email is, give me 1 second here. Always use the updated email, and I'll show you guys how you guys will get it. Give me 1 second here. Let me just go into the. If you, I believe you guys are all using Gmail, right? Perfect. Yeah, you guys are all using Gmail, which means it's very good. I'm just going to edit this for a second here. Okay, so if you ever looking at your email here, and I'll show you what I have always sent. So all your email for this batch, your batch code is IT helped us. So ITHD, I believe you guys can. Let me open up Notepad. Your batch code for this, for your batch is IT helped us dash JAN26. Okay, that is your batch, your batch code. Every email, if you see here, they all have their batch number. Okay, which means that, well, that's how I know that this email is coming from this batch. And every time a class is over, once a class has been updated to LMS, I will send all you guys an email stating that, here, I'll show you this agenda and update. So this is how you'll receive an email from me. This will give you a very good, clear understanding of the live class, what happened, and what you need to do before you come into the class, the next class. And I'll tell you when the next class date is. And if there's any quiz or any test, I'll tell you when it's exactly due, what time it's due by. Remember that it will not be extended, okay, if you forget it, okay? There's no extension for any reason. I try to put it there, but I just want you to be very clear. Quizzes or assignment will not be extended for any reason, okay? And then for the next class as well, you'll get an agenda for next class, okay? Discussion on pre-recorded videos and lessons, questions and clarifications on quiz 1, December 27th class holiday, or any announcements that I would like to make, okay? And what lesson we'll be talking about for the next class itself, okay? And then if there's any assignments, what day the assignment is due by. And I'll show you this one here. What I want to show is, if there's no live, because there's 3 assignments due, which will give you 2 weeks for you guys to go through and get them completed, which will be, we'll give you 2 weeks of no live class, and it'll be in the email itself. And usually the email chain, I'll set them up here. For any of the assignments, you have to, for whatever the appropriate assignment is, You have to use his email to talk to them, and everyone is part of this email chain itself. Okay, so whatever the class, this one, I think this class is one of the highest classes, has about 15 people in it, I believe, 15 people or something. But if it has that many, you have to reply all. Okay, whenever you're doing your email to talk about like assignments or ask for help, it should be always to the whole group itself. I always uh, I always think that everybody should jump in and try helping it out, even if you don't know. Try figuring it out. Try jumping in and helping it out. Okay. If I don't see the interactions, it's not a good sign. Okay, because it means that you guys are not participating in class. It's not just about completing your assignment; it's a teamwork as well, right? So I want you guys to go in there, start doing teamwork and helping people out if they have any questions. And if I see that you guys going in the wrong direction, I will definitely point you guys in the right direction, not give you the answer. Okay. But how the email should be asked is in a way that you have tried, this is the issue, you have tried this to resolve the issue, but seems like these are things that you have researched, and this is what you try to resolve the issue, but the issue is not resolving. What can I do to, can you point me in the right direction? Yes. But if you just say it's not working for me, you'll never get a reply from me. Okay, because I don't think that's the right way to ask any sort of questions that you don't understand. You must try digging in and try to see at least what's getting wrong, what you have. Try to do some research, right? So about the issues. Okay, that's exactly what I want to see. Does that clarify, like what I mean by that? The
Yeah.
when it's due, when it's going to be due, and everything. Okay, it'll all be given to you in an email. We'll talk about it in class as well, but also in the email right after the class is done. I will send you a clear email on what exactly is due the next couple of days, when it will be due, so you have a very clear vision and what is the next class agenda is. Okay, once the video has been uploaded, usually it takes around 24 hours for the video to be uploaded to LMS and linked. Okay. And yeah, usually I'm very quick on email if there's anything thing. If you're handing in assignments, it should be to myself, which is, you guys will have the email here. I'll show you. If you guys go into your calendar, you guys should have got an email from myself, or sorry, from CTech Training Center, saying that you've been registered for calendar invites. Please do accept it. Okay. Once you accept it, it'll be part of your calendar over here. You'll get an invite over here. Okay, so when you click on this and click on yes, all the events, and then it'll be part of the calendar itself. Okay, and you can see your class list here. So when you click on this copy, if you're trying to send a new email, if it's not privately towards myself, and what email should be privately to myself, it should be anything to do with assignments or any questions you need specific help on certain topics that you think, but anything class oriented or academic oriented that is not meant to be private, I think you should be emailing the whole class. So I'm not the only one who's jumping to help you. It's your whole team's trying to jump in and help, right? There's a couple of emails that needs to be verified and added in here. We're still waiting. So once that email comes through, you'll be added in here too. So go here. The list will be updated as soon as we get a reply from them for the email chain. Okay. But your email is a primary communication tool for anything to do with the course itself. Okay. We do not talk about finance in the email itself. Please message on WhatsApp for anything finance related. We do not talk about it in the class as well. Okay, anything finance related, talk to the WhatsApp, and the staff will take care of the finance staff itself. Okay, that's what the staff is there for. Usually, they're available from 10 a.m. till sometimes even late. I know that person sometimes even late message early morning. So just message on WhatsApp. They're very quick at replying to you. Okay, but this is where you'll go to access your class emails and everything to get emailed and sent email. Okay, class recording will be uploaded in LMS. This will not work. Okay, you cannot download this. It will not work for you. It's just for myself, from admin side. Okay, but that's where you'll go to get the calendar invite. Every week, calendar invite should be on your. Sorry, let me open. Oh, sorry, let me open it up. Every week, you should have it blocked on your calendar, pretty much. So every week you shouldn't see this much on your calendar, but I mean, depends on personal lives, but your calendar should be thing. Remember that 2 weeks I said for the assignments, those will be gone out of your calendar itself, okay? Because those 2 are meant for working on assignments itself. And it usually starts on the 3rd or 4th week. 4th week, if it starts on 4th week, then it's 4th and 5th week will be a no live class. and is meant for you to do the assignments through the email chain itself. Okay, it's to realistically do the scenario of our IT help desk when you're working in a remote environment. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? Okay. Okay, and then next thing is I want you to guys to have a record of it is how you guys going to address this email, right? So as I said before, do the reply all. I've noticed is some of the things that I've noticed is for some people the reply all is hidden. Okay, so for you to enable reply all on your email, so when you go into your inbox, if you see here, if you go into like let's say this one over here, your reply all will just be reply. You won't have reply all here. Okay, let me go into a class, something to do with the class. Give me 1 second here. Okay, let's do here. So you see reply all here. So when you do reply all, this might be for some people, this might be hidden. Okay, and this person has done very good. They have replied to this chain itself. But if you don't have this reply all, and most accounts are not set up on Gmail like this. Okay, you have to go into settings. Go into settings and go into see all settings. And then you see the default reply behavior here. This has to be changed from reply to reply all, okay? And then go down, save the changes, okay? But I'm not gonna save the changes here because it's already set up for me that way. And that way you'll get to say reply all by default, okay? Now, whenever you wanna ask a question or anything like that, anything new that you're trying to open up topics for, go into your calendar, click on this, get the updated email list here, copy, don't email using this. This is meant, there's an email guest and there's a copy email. Copy the email, put it into the two. Okay. So this way that everybody's here. And when you're replying, your email will not be there because I'm copying it. My email is not getting copied. Okay. But my email is, I'll put it in here. You guys will all get it. Okay. The subject always has to start with this: IT helped us -Jan26. And then you'll do this. And then your name, I'll just put an after that. If you're ever going to be late, minimum, you have to let me know 30 minutes before the class starts, or you're going to be late, or you will not be permitted into the class if you come late, okay? And you just put in late. And just put in the email, hey team, I'm going to be late for the class by whatever time it is. Okay, I should be there by this time, so the team knows and you're respecting the team for your late. It's not about you're just keeping yourself very accountable and you're keeping yourself responsible. This is very important at workplace. Okay, a lot of people fail at notifying people. You will know you're going to be late at least minimum 30 minutes before. You need to start proactively doing that. Okay. So at least 30 minutes before, if you're going to be late, I need to know, or the live class you will not be able to join if you come in late, okay? Usually, the live class will start at 7:05, but I would expect everyone to be logged in or into the Google Meet by 7 p.m. at least, okay? So 5 minutes for me to get started and get the class started, okay? Usually leave about 5 minutes. If you're going to be absent, minimum 1 hour, 1 or 2 hours before, you need to say absent if you're going to be absent and send the email to everyone, okay? Saying that I won't be able to make it to the class. If I don't hear from you for the past 1 to 2 hours, I would expect you to I would expect a late email, or I would expect you to be in the class, okay? Those are the things, okay? If you don't do these, I would expect you just expect your recording on LMS you will not be able to see, okay? And that's how, as I mentioned in the recording, we will not give recording for people who's not responsible for the actions, okay? All right, next is, if you're asking for specific assignment help, out of the email chain that we have done, if you have anything else, we like to keep it to the assignment email chain that we always create for each assignment. You'll just type in the assignment name, right? Whatever the name of the assignment is. And then you're typing your message here, okay? If you're ever going to submit it, the submission should be to myself, okay? That's it. And to myself and cctechtrainingcenter@gmail.com, okay? And you have the training center email here too. Just CC them here. So you have the option to send CC over here. Click on CC, and you can I'm just going to delete and type in CTech Training Center, okay, at gmail.com. And that way, the email should be just to myself, not to the class, okay, where you're submitting assignment. It's just to myself, and assignment name, and just put in submission. Submission, and this will be used as submission. And any assignments with the name submitted after the due time will be considered as 0 itself, okay, as I said before. Any question, guys?
Not so far.
Perfect, very good. And it's a very easy way to communicate through email, and that way I know which group you're from. At simultaneously, we have 3 groups at a certain time going, right? So right now, the 4th group just got ended, so I have 3 groups. So I know exactly which group, which section you're in, so I can reply to you appropriately, okay? If I get this much information. And for me to mark your assignments too, it'll definitely help me. And if it's late, it's late, okay? I'm not going to excuse it, okay? We're clear. And if you ever want to send a personal email to myself, always tag CTech Training Center just in case if I'm away. Another staff can try to answer you. Okay, that's just in case. Okay. All right. So we went through joining the class. It's a Google Meets. We went through the LMS portal. You'll have access to it within 24 hours. Once the first video has been uploaded, you'll have access to it. I'm hoping by tomorrow night you'll have access to it. Okay. Email communication standard, which we have covered. If you have any other questions that you'd like to ask, always just mention your name and then the question. Just mention your thing and just put in questions. Anything general questions, right? You can just put in any of your questions here. Okay. That way I know the batch, the name, and just it's a question outside assignments, just to do with some probably like your pre-recorded videos or about a quiz or something like that, right? So that we know. Okay. And the certification we will be covering next week. I'll get a report because of the New Year's break. A lot of agents are returning on the 9th of this month. So I haven't still got it. So I would be hoping to get a reply from the 12th to 14th from majority of them. So I can give you a much more accurate data on the certifications that will help you, in the coming quarter. Okay. All right. Any questions so far, guys? And usually, you might have a question about breaks. At the 1 hour mark, we'll take a 10 minutes break, water or bathroom break, whatever it is. At 8 o'clock, we'll take a 10 minutes break and we'll come back again. Okay. So like at the 1 hour mark, we'll take a break. And sorry, Harish, I think you're going to ask something or say something.
No, I was about to say so far no questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. So that your LMS access. Okay, we talked about that. That's good. Okay. Perfect. Now, let me stop this presentation. Okay, so that is all done. Let's now get into each individually. I want you guys to unmute yourself, introduce yourself to the class, and I want to know if you guys have background in IT. If not, that's fine, not a problem at all. If you did have background in IT, I want you to tell me, is it an educational background or actually a professional working background here or from a different country, doesn't matter. If so, what have you worked on? Have you done any certifications? And last, the thing is with the one who have educational or working background is if you have driving license or not, okay? For the people who does not have IT background, that's fine. What is your major or what did you study before? What is the reason why you want to get into IT? And what made you to inspire to come into IT? And also, is there any certification that you did some research to do in the coming months or coming weeks or whatever it is, right? Yeah, so I think that'll give us start off with your name. Tell us if you have experience, educational background in IT or no, educational background or experience, whatever the recent one is. And if you have any things that you liked or certification you haven't done, is also a very good topic. Or if you're going to plan to do this, good too. For the people who don't, we'll talk about why you want to move into IT or what intrigued you get into IT, and what are some of the certifications you have done some research, so you can go ahead and do them in the near future, right? So let's get started. I have Hari Krishna Starting off with Hari Krishna, and we'll go on the thing. Okay.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Do you want me to turn on the camera, or is it okay?
No. You guys, it's for me. You guys don't need to turn on your camera. It's your personal preference. I don't mind you guys turn on your camera, but it's not required for this class.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Hari Krishna. I'm from India. I've been here in Canada for like almost 4 years now. So back home in India, I did a 3 years bachelor's in computer science. Then I came right after to Canada to do my PhD diploma in cybersecurity. I did a 1 year PhD diploma in cybersecurity, and I also did a 1 year PhD diploma in project management as well. And for the experience, I do have a 4 months internship experience when I did the cybersecurity course, which, as a service desk analyst at the Ministry of Ontario. So that's the experience I have right now. And since after that, I've been trying to get into IT jobs, but sadly, I didn't get any use at all.
And you say you worked in Service Ontario, right? Service Ontario, right?
Yeah, I worked in a Ministry of Public Business and Service Delivery.
Okay. And what role did you play in there?
Help desk analyst.
Help desk analyst.
IT.
Very good. And how long ago was this?
Just 4 months.
4 months ago?
Yeah. No. It was actually in 2022.
2022?
Yeah, right after my course.
Okay, very good. And from 2022, you haven't worked in IT, I guess, right?
Yes, exactly. And after I did my co-op, I did another 1 year PhD diploma in project management. Okay.
And then so which is very good. You said you have experience with working in Service Ontario, the government side, right?
Yeah.
Which is very good. How many job applications have you done in the past?
In the past, I've been like doing a lot. I think maybe over 50 or 60. I've been applied through LinkedIn and other maybe like official website of other companies. I've been applying over at least 50 or 60 jobs, different jobs.
Per week or in the total from?
In the total.
Okay, in total. That's from 2022 till now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and when you do the application, how do you do the application?
At first I just made a general resume, then started applying through LinkedIn. Then like after some time, I tried to like use ChatGPT, and I used to copy the job description, and then I used the help of ChatGPT to build their resume to align with the job description, and then I've been tried to apply that way.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Harish. I'm sorry for drilling it down because I'm just so intrigued that because you have a government experience, right? And usually with people who have government experience, it's very easy for you to get a job. And I'll tell you why just in a little bit. Out of 50, you said the number we know approximate 50 is fine. How many interviews do you get?
None.
None, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, that means it tells me that there's something wrong. Because you should have at least gotten some interviews. Once we are done this class, can you go ahead and forward me a couple of your resumes, please? Okay, to my email.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
I do want to take a look at it because I just a couple. If you have them saved, just wanted to, because I'm very intrigued because you work in the government side, especially as a help desk analyst.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised that you didn't get one interview. Which usually when we have your profile of people, you can get a job very easily. I'll tell you that. It's been a long time, which is fine. It's not a big deal, but with your profile of working in Service Ontario or Ontario, like I know you said the department, but I just like I woke up at 4 o'clock today. My days are very long, so it usually today I don't know. I'm extremely tired for some reason. But yeah, with your profile, I don't think you should have any issues, to be honest. I believe you're just there's something wrong with the way you're applying. That's all I want to see on your resume itself. Okay, just send it over to me whenever you've done this class. And I have a small announcement to make too at the end of the class, so I'll let you guys know. But I just let me know and then we'll get from there. Okay, thank you, Harish. But I think you would have no problem whatsoever, man. To be honest. Very honest. Do you have any the reason why I'm asking this is I just want to know before we when you complete this course, when we represent, did you have any issues or any sort of demarks with any agencies, work job agencies?
No, no.
Okay. And you got the job directly through the the Ministry of Ontario through their application, right? Not through
I do apply through my college portal.
Oh, very good. Okay. Very
Yeah.
good.
So there was like a portal, so that
Yeah.
yeah, they both.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect, man. Very good. Very good.
And also, I did cybersecurity as I told you. So one of my friends referred me to a cybersecurity job
Mhm.
role. I
Mhm.
did get an interview from there, but I was not able to crack the interview since I was not like so deep
Yeah,
into
maybe there. Yeah, because with cybersecurity is when they say entry level for cybersecurity, meaning you already must have experience in IT.
exactly. Yeah.
Then you step into IT, which is what a lot of people don't advertise is when they say that even the courses they say it's entry level course, but it's not really entry level into IT if you have no experience. Some people did break in, like during the COVID time, like 2020, 2021, 2023, like that time people did break in with no experience whatsoever, but quickly they were let go. So there was a huge spree and then they were let go too. So it's not very easy to break. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's not very easy to break in right away into cybersecurity, but help desk will be a very good role for you to move in. And when you watch those pre-recorded video, I explain why is that. It will start making sense. Okay. Very good, Harish. Thank you, man. Yes, perfect. Zakira.
Hi, how are
Hey,
you?
good. How are you?
Hello, team. So my name is Akira, and I'm a mother of two
Very nice.
beautiful child. Yeah. So for me, I did my diploma in information technology.
Very good.
It's been 14 years. I
Mhm.
did
Very
that.
good.
I did from India in
Mhm.
Maharashtra.
Mhm.
So right after I finished my diploma, I came to Canada with my family.
Mhm.
And to be honest, it was at that time, I think it was so hard without experience to get into the
Mhm.
IT field. And I had no experience other than just had my diploma. So to survive in this country,
Mhm.
I did so many odd jobs like cashier and companies and everything.
Mhm.
And then I had kids, so I had break for 3-4 years. Now my younger one is in SK, so I started looking for. So it's hard to get into with the diploma, which
Mhm.
is 13 years old. I don't think so there's a chance for me to apply directly. So that's why I want to start from the basic, from the start. And also I recently get my PSW certificate
Mhm. Very good. Mhm.
just to get into the job market,
Yep.
because that was the shortest course I can do, like 6 months.
Mhm.
And I have a job offer as well, and
Very good.
then I get to know about this course. So I'm gonna apply anyway for the PSW by the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can have some kind of income, and
Yes.
I'm gonna try this one too.
Yes.
So to be honest, I don't have any experience, but I have lots of Canadian, I would say, customer service and like
Very good.
lots of variety of areas experience. So to deal with the people, I know how to get into the field and stuff. So I'm pretty
Very nice.
confident about that. But and other than the skill, it's always learnable. You can learn.
100%.
So yeah, I'm confident about that. So by the time I finish this course, I will start my PSW job as well.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Zakira, I first of all, I like your confidence. It's very good. That's exactly what we need for this course. Okay, you
Mm.
said you can do it. That's perfect. And Zakira, you're right. It's not just you who's facing this issue right now. A lot of people in the job market right now, they have college diploma or degree, right, and they're so hard to finding a job because, end of the day, a college diploma or degree, it's good. I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that, but you still need to have industrial certification like Microsoft, CompTIA, or ITILs or whatever it is, right? So it's
Yeah.
it's still very important,
Mhm.
like like I would say it's even more valued now, like these certifications now than back in days,
Mhm.
because back when I joined into IT, I had zero certifications.
Yeah.
But now it's like if you don't have certification, we wouldn't even look at you. You know,
Yeah.
it's awful. And trust me, in a lot of places, they don't even mind about. I'm not going to say care, but they don't mind about you having a diploma or a degree. They care about the industrial certification because everybody has a diploma, everybody has a degree in IT, right?
Mhm.
But it's industrial certification that proves that okay, does this person actually have a skill, either to troubleshoot or either to work on a Microsoft thing, right? So that's what it proves, okay, and that's
Mhm.
exactly what we focus on.
Mm.
It's good to have a degree and diploma, 100%, but it's even more important to have a certification. Okay,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and exactly, and as you said, I like the confidence that you bring in.
Yeah,
It's exactly
because
what we need.
yeah, I came in 2012.
Mhm.
So at that time, like there was no one to guide me how to
Yes.
get into the industry, because maybe they don't know they are also surviving in their,
Yeah.
because my brother, he sponsored us, but he was also surviving with his family.
Mhm.
And the people around us had no awareness about the industry. It's
Yes.
the IT industry, it's booming in Canada, like from last 5 years, I would
Yeah.
say. Not
Yeah.
more than that, because I know people work in the IT and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, just start with the basic, you know, what's gonna,
100%.
yeah.
100%. And I know a lot of people who have, been switching jobs and everything. Once you start working with a recruiting agency and you have a very good connection with them, it's so easy for you to find job. Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks is more than enough, for you to find jobs. You have to build a portfolio with them, obviously, like the trust and everything, right? But working with them and thing, you will find it that it's more easier to get a job. Like, like let's say something happens, you're let go. When you have a good connection with recruiting agencies, you'll be able to find one within 2 to 3 weeks, actively applying and actively think. It's what the recruiting agencies have a power to do. So yes, definitely you'll be able to, you'll be very successful in this for sure.
Yeah,
Confidence is
hopefully.
very important.
Yeah,
Not
hopefully.
hope, you will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. And I have next is Amandeep.
Hello, everyone. My
Hey.
name is Amandeep Kaur, and I'm from India. So here I'm working in CPI company
Hmm?
as associate. So the thing that makes me interested in IT, I did my thesis in IT, though I'm from electronic background.
Hmm. Hmm.
When I did my thesis, then I get to know like this is something much easier than electronics. Uh, So I came in Canada in 2019 and I studied here. After that, I did odd jobs. Then I luckily get a job in electronics now. But when I go into the company and I see like the people who are from IT field in my company, they are really earning well and they have a good life than us. So this thing makes me really interested in this field. Moreover, it's a very flexible job. We can do it from work, home from as well. So I think we can manage our work-life balance with the IT, and it's a really growing industry. So I want to choose this as a career, and I was just checking about IT, like how to get into IT and everything from the TikTok. Then I saw your videos, sir. So I really impressed with that. So that's why I choose this center to move on in this field.
Okay. Yes. So a couple of things I do want to be very honest is IT, and this is only when you're starting off. Okay, when you're starting off, you will not really have a very easy life in IT. It'll be very hard. What I mean very hard is you will want to quit. Everybody goes through it. It's not you. Any work that you start new, you'll want to. There's always this phase, and trust me, when I say this, is we have another batch that's almost. There was a October batch, which was slightly it got no, sorry. Yeah, October batch, which just ended, which is Wednesday batch. It started off with 15 people in that batch, and right now only 4 people passed out of that batch. Okay, and the reason why this happens, and I've seen this with workplace too. Whenever someone goes into a workplace into IT, when they think that it's it's going to be easy, it's any job you start. It's not going to be easy for the first 5 years. Okay, the first 5 years is called the hurdle period, and especially it peaks at the first year. You'll want to quit and you want to go back to what you like or you want to think, right? Pass that, always what we say is, when you want to quit, just say, I'll do it tomorrow. Pass it on until 365 days. When I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. Stick to it, okay? It's going to be hard. It's going to get hard. For the first 3 years, 2 to 3 years, you will not have something called a personal life balance. The reason is because you're trying to now learn something new, and you're in the basement. You just built it a foundation, right? Imagine you just built it a foundation. You're trying to build a building right now. You're trying to learn, how do I build a building? Where do I need to put the stones in? Where do I want to actually, how do I want to build the building, right? You're trying to learn how to do architecture right now. This is a figure of speech. It will take 2 to 3 years. The 2 to 3 years will be the most hardest and the most brutal spot. The reason why I could say 2 to 3 years is, when you enter this field, guys, as an entry level, you guys should not be sticking in the same role, same role for more than a year or 2 years at the maximum. After 2 years, you need to specialize and move something, or you will be fired and you'll be undershot. Because the thing is, the technology is moving somewhere else, and if you stale, not a lot of companies like you. So, and even if they, let's say they let you go under recession or something that happens, and you've been working in that role for 3 years, 4 years, you get comfortable. That's Everybody gets comfortable. If you're comfortable and a company lays you off, trust me, I've seen this with people a lot in my past 14 years of experience in this field. They are the ones who can't get a job because a company uses you to do one work, which will be doing access control. That you'll only know how to do the access control for that company for the past 5 years. When you go out, you wouldn't know, because all the other companies are in advanced 10 years, and you're so back because you're so comfortable with getting that 60,000, 70,000, right? It's not about the first 5 years. Yes, money does matter, but don't get comfortable. Build something, specialize in something, and go there, and always grow, right? So the first 5 years will be tough, especially the first 3 years. Your personal life and thing balance will be slightly, you won't have it. And I'll tell you the reason why. Right now, I have 14 years of experience. My day starts at 4 a.m. My day ends at 10 a.m. 10 p.m. Sorry, not 10 a.m. 10 p.m. Saturday, I work 7 days a week. I have no social. You'll see me, it's a life I chose, right? So I do consultancies for businesses. I do my own business. I have a couple of businesses I handle, right? So, but there's no social life right now for me. But it's a life I chose to think. But I'll have to struggle this life for the next 3 years or 4 years until I build something, right? Everything has a struggle, right? So I just want you to clearly understand it's not going to be easy for the first 3 years, okay?
Yeah, we are ready to do struggle.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what it is. The first 3 years, 2 to 3 years, that's it.
After hard
Other you
time, good time will come.
Yeah. And you guys, it's not about young or old. It is what it is. Everybody has to go through it. As long as you pass through it, you'll have a good life after that. And trust me, if you do this for the 3 years, 4 years, you might start off with 45 or 50K. As long as you do this and move into specialization field within just plan for 3 or 4 years, you want to specialize in something, you'll be in the six-figure salary, 110, $120,000 here for sure. Easy. That's easy. Okay, as long as you specialize and you don't stay, and never stay in the same company for more than 2 years. That's one of the tips that I'm going to give you guys. And this, write it down in your head. Never stay with the same company for more than 2 years, and always go for the title rather than the salary. A lot of company will say, I'll give you $10,000, $20,000 or more a year on the same role. Never take that. Always go for the title rather than the salary, because salary you can make that after 3-4 years, the higher salaries, but the title you'll never be able to make. That's where a lot of people make mistake. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I might be going off topic, but it's just so I want to be very clear on the life, the social life and those expectations. I don't want you to be like, what the hell? I should have just stick in my own job, old job. Okay. All right. Awesome. Next, I have this Bishwarup. Sorry, I know I'm pronouncing the name incorrect. Give me 1 second here. Bishwarup, Ghosh. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I think he's maybe working, so that's okay, no problem at all. Mandeep, let's go with you.
So, hi everyone. My name is Mandeep. So, I came here in
Mandeep, sorry,
time.
is it
Yeah,
Amandeep or is it Mandeep?
Mandeep.
Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, the A is silent, I guess, right?
Yeah, same name, but A is silent. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, very good. Yeah, thank you so much. I just that's the only question I got. I see the name often. I just never had time to say it, but yeah, okay, very
Yeah.
nice. Thank you.
So, I came here in 2018. So, I came here as a student. I have done computer networking and technical support.
Very nice. Very nice.
So, right now, I'm working at a Tim Hortons as a assistant
Mhm.
manager. So
Very
I'm
good.
stuck here. I want
Mhm.
to get out from here. I'm very
Mhm.
fed up with my current job right now. So
Mhm.
I have a huge gap with my studies. So that's
Mhm.
why I'm here to restart everything so I can get my field job.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what year did you say you did your studies in?
It was in 2018. I started in 2018. It was 2 years diploma.
Okay, so you would have finished in 2020. Did you
Yeah.
do any co-op placement, Mandeep?
No. So
Okay.
I was like in to get a work permit early so I
Mhm.
can support my fees
Yeah.
and all.
Mhm.
Because of that. So I didn't have any proper guidance at that time.
Mhm.
That's why I'm just stuck in that loop.
Okay. No, and
Yeah.
did you apply for any jobs or did you apply for any agencies at the time when you completed it?
Not really, because I didn't know about that.
Okay.
But I have
No worries.
done call center jobs like CaliConnect for 2-3 months. It was
Sorry,
like
which one?
CaliConnect, the call center job.
Okay, okay, oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. No worries at all. Yeah,
Mhm.
and just to be very very clear is you what's do you have any certifications in mind or have you done any certifications in the past?
So I have started CCNA.
Okay.
It's on course, like a course or something like that. So
Mhm.
it's like a self-study. I'm trying to do it, but it's really hard because I'm working 7 days almost. So I
Mhm.
started in early
Oh,
morning and ended in the evening 5:30 or 6 p.m. So I
okay. Yeah, it's
really
hard. Yeah.
didn't get a time to like work on that.
Mhm.
So I know one thing that CCN is really tough to clear. So I'm just
Yes.
trying it, but then I see your video, so I thought just give a try if I can
Mhm.
get something from here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mandeep is it's very good that I can see a very clear customer service because you
Mhm.
worked with many customers, so it's probably by nature you have that, right? So
Yeah.
and it's very good, not a problem at all. And you do have education background in Canada, which is a helpful thing too. Okay,
Yeah.
and next week once I get the report, I'll share with all you guys to what certification you can focus on. I'll tell you right now, CCNA for entry level will not hurt. Okay. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it's okay, good to get, not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Learn it, get it, not a problem at all. But for entry level, sometimes certain certification will hurt you guys. Okay, the reason why I want to say this is when I was a hiring manager, right, if I'm hiring for a help desk role, if I see that person having CCNA or those high-end certification like security plus, network plus, CCNA, cybersecurity like penetration plus and those type of things, for an entry level role, we don't hire. The reason why we don't hire is because this person is looking for experience. Okay, when I hire someone, I used to work at a government hospital,
Mhm.
Ontario Shore. So that's my. And then I worked at a EHN, which is a private slash government hospital as well. And I did
Okay.
Canadian Armed Forces Services for a little bit. So I worked completely I came from completely from the government side. Okay, so when I ever do interviews in the hospital, in private or in public hospital, what I look for is when I try to hire for someone who's entry level role, right? If they have these advanced certifications, it tells me is one thing is you have to take it from management side. Okay, management side, it costs the hospital almost any business when you do a full time hire, it costs them about $25,000 to $30,000. Okay, the reason why this cost is there is because there's an HR working behind you. Okay, and once you're almost selected, there's a background process goes in. The application which we post online, there's a cost for it, and everybody the interview times and the tools and the time that all the managers takes to think and all the employees think when a person's hired, it costs almost $30,000 with the training and everything included. 2 months of training. Now, when I see someone with these high-end certification with no experience, what it tells me is this person is going to use it as a footstep, as a bouncing step, and they're going to stay here for 3 months or 4 months, get the experience, and jump to something higher, which is not bad. But they might leave me because I cannot give them another offer within 3 months for sure. because they'll never gain the experience. But they know the outside companies will give them experience, right? So when they show this, I would never hire someone with high-end certification. I would always prefer to sticking with someone who has like the entry level or a little bit of the foundational certification to hire, because I know one, it shows me that they're not just staying there and expecting a job from their college diploma or degree, but they have went ahead and studied and got some sort of foundational certification to learn the foundation of some sort of thing, right? It could be Azure, it could be Microsoft 365, it could be AWS, it could be whatever tool it is, or CompTIA A plus, whatever it is, right? But it shows that they're willing to learn. That tells me as a manager that this person is teachable. I can go ahead and put them on a program to teach them, coach them, and grow them into the team, and progressively grow them into the team, right? Not an instant growth. That's why not a lot of people understand that when you get these higher certifications like CCNA, Penetration Plus, Cybersecurity Plus, or Security Plus, those things sometimes hurt when you're trying to go into IT. Here's where you're stuck. You cannot enter into entry level because you have higher qualification than what entry level is. You cannot enter into mid level because you have no qualification. Now you're stuck in the middle, and that's where a lot of people get stuck, and they can't move away from it, and they can't figure it out. Right? Why am I not getting a job? Because you have no experience and you got a higher certification. Because end of the day, certifications are, as long as you put enough time into it and you study the material, you can pass it. But the experience doesn't come like that, right? So what we do is we always tell you, get the foundation certification, get into a job, talk to your manager and see. Like you'll specialize after 6 months or 1 year, you'll know exactly where you want to go, because as a help desk, you have experience with all the groups. You have not experience being like you have hands-on experience, but you know exactly what the workload is like, and you know exactly what they do. And then you go and talk to your manager at the first year and be like, hey, this is where I want to be in the next 2 to 3 years. Can we work out a plan so where I can see myself? Don't talk about salary. Talk about your position, right? How do you position yourself? What can I do to be in the networking team? What can I do to be in the desktop team in the next 1 year, right? And then sit and work with the plan. The manager might tell you, okay, here, Monday, get this, CompTIA Server Plus or Azure 104. And then I'll start letting you to work on some things with the collaboration with the team itself. That will give you a progressive growth. And then now, because certifications, usually the company will pay for your certification. You don't have to pay out of your pocket. The company will pay for it. Because the company has paid for it, they'll allow you to do collaborated projects with the team. And then now you have the experience. Now, when you go into the next year, the second year, to go and talk to the manager in your first year approval, you'll tell them you have worked on this thing. What is the way I can move to the team? And that way you have positioned yourself in a right way to move into the team, right? And after 2 years of you have progressively grew, 1 to 2 years, you have progressively grown. Now it's either you can look for opportunity outside the company. Now you have 1 or 2 years of experience, right? And you could show the other company you're going in, you started off in entry level and you have worked your way up into another team. And so it shows other companies that you have started off with 0 experience. You went in, you with this foundational certification, you have worked for 1 year, had a progressive growth, and now you're in this team. And the reason they might ask you why you try and leave, because you don't have room to grow. And that's the reason why you're growing. And this is the exact plan that you guys should all following to grow out and get more experience. And as I said, you don't stay comfortable, right? So for the first 2 to 3 years, okay.
Yeah.
But get the CCNA. I 100% I'll support. Like I say, it's always good to get the CCNA. But don't put on your in your resume.
Yeah, sure. Yep. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. Yes. Next, I have Ujwal. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Ujwal. I believe Ujwal. Yeah, Yuptree.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, man. Am I saying your name correctly? I don't want to pronounce your name incorrectly, man.
Yeah, it's Ujjwal.
Ujwal, right? Ujwal?
Yeah, Ujjwal.
Okay, perfect. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Ujjwal Uprati. I'm from Nepal.
Very good.
I'm here a year ago in Canada,
Mhm.
and I just completed my master's of computer science
Mhm.
December. So I have not any work experience related to computer science and IT.
Mhm.
So I saw your video, and after that, I was interested on what you said. I'll watch a lot of your videos, and then to land any of the ideas of, I found that I need to. This is the best way to work as IT help desk. This is the best
Mhm.
way to land in some IT job. So I'm here to learn.
Very good. Joel, what you say you did masters? I just didn't hear what you said you did masters in. Man.
Masters of Computer Science.
Okay, masters in computer science. Okay, and did you have any co-op placement opportunity or volunteering experience in the past?
No, not
No, and you already graduated, right?
yeah.
Okay, what did you? What year did you graduate, buddy?
And just this December.
This year. Oh, okay, okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Sorry, 2025, right? You
yeah,
graduated, right?
2025. Yeah.
Perfect. When you did your bachelor's, right after that, did you do any work or did you straightly do masters?
And now I completed my bachelor's in 2016,
Okay,
but I was totally out of this industry. I was
okay.
working in different industry, and
Hmm.
after 8 years of gap, I had to come here
Hmm.
to again start my master's.
Okay, very good. And part of your master's program, were there any co-op placement opportunities or no?
No, it was just a 1 year master
Right, 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 right.
program.
And it was just right. Okay, I understand. Okay, no problem at all. Yes. And did you have any certifications or anything in mind that you're planning to do?
I'm doing IBM's data analysis professional certification. Apart from this,
Okay,
through Coursera, I'm
very good.
uh, I'm halfway on that. Actually, I'm more interested on data analysis, but
Mhm,
it's difficult to get the job on such field. I have heard that after a
mhm,
lot of research and counseling from senior.
mhm.
So, uh, so this course for now.
Okay, very good. Yeah, yeah. Data science, data analyst are as a same thing as cybersecurity. At one time, it was very much high. A lot of people got into it entry level, like the what I'm talking about in COVID time, right? Now it's has just dropped. But the way to go into it is through IT as well, because it's a lot of data administrators or data SQL administrators will jump into that field. Okay, that's a very good field for you guys to enter into, and it's a very high paying field. And it's a lot of data crunching. That's what it is. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, awesome, man. So what we'll do is it's 8 o'clock right now, 8:05, 8:03, 8:05. Let's all take a 10 minutes break. So we'll meet back at 8:15, 8:15, and then we'll start our first lesson. Okay. Let's take a 10 minutes break, guys, okay? For water or whatever it is. Whatever break. We'll meet back at 8:15. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, thank you. See you in 10 minutes. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, yes, sorry guys. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. Give me 1 second. Oh, my headset seems to be. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Let me my headset on because it might be getting very loud for you guys. Usually, I will conduct the class at the center, but today I was at home, so it's a bit noisy. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to be starting the first lesson, which is going to be about networking fundamentals. Okay, give me 1 second here. This might be seem like it's starting in the middle. Don't worry. Once you get access to the LMS, there's going to be like the free thing that you're going to have to watch. Okay, and then this will start making sense itself. But it's a networking. It's very starts from basics. We might not be able to finish the networking today, the lesson. The next class will start, and then you guys will finish it off and then do the quiz. Okay, there's no quizzes for today. The class assignment will be to work on finishing the week 1 lessons. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, awesome. Right. All right, guys. So we're going to be starting our first lesson, which is going to be about introduction to network fundamentals. This is within this lesson, we're going to be covering any basic concept about networking. What is networking for your specific role? Okay, any lessons that we do here will not go beyond the role scope. Okay, which means it will never be above IT help desk analyst level 1, or will not be lower than IT help desk level 1. And the networking lesson is a 2-part right now. It's split into 2 parts. The first part we'll cover right now, and then you guys will watch your LMS portal for there's about week 1. There's about 3 videos that you guys will watch, and this will be uploaded as well. And then you guys will come back next class, and we'll finish the networking classes, and then you guys will watch week 2 as well. Okay. Perfect. The agenda for this is introduction and objective for networking, network troubleshooting basics, troubleshooting tools and techniques, real life scenario, Wi-Fi fundamentals, Wi-Fi security best practices, and question and answer and wrap up. Okay, for this lesson 1. Okay, live class lesson 1. So what is networking? And don't worry, the image is not. This is the image. Okay. What is network troubleshooting? Definition: diagnosis and resolving issues that affects network connectivity and performance. Why it matters is ensure communication across ensures continuous access to resources like the internet, email, printers, and shared drives. Okay, these are the 4 main primary brackets that, as the IT help desk analyst level 1 or level 2, you'll be focusing on: internet, email, printer, and shared drive. Okay, access to it. Okay, when you're troubleshooting, you will never be fixing a network switch. Most companies assuming, right? But you'll be troubleshooting, and you'll be making sure that you can properly diagnose and pass it on to the next team. Okay. As when you guys watch the first lesson, the pre-recorded lesson, you'll understand where your role sits in, what is the other roles are. Okay, when you guys go ahead and watch the pre-recorded video, it talks about specifically your role, how you will be passing your information on to the next role itself, and you guys will start working on a ticketing system, live ticketing system as well. Okay, the tier 1 focus, which is your role, basic check and escalating complex issue to the next tier. Okay, you guys will be starting up in tier 1, and this is split into tiers, which in the pre-recorded video I talked about. Okay, type of network problem is no internet access, limited or no connectivity, slow connection speed, dropped connection, IP address conflict, DNS issue. We'll talk about each and every one of these. These are all the problems you can ever get with networks. Okay, network problems. These are the 6 problems you can get, and any problem will have to be either in one of these. Okay, one of these problems itself. The troubleshooting process, and this one you guys want to maybe write it down. This is exactly the way in the interview when they ask you for a question. This is taken off of the CompTIA A+ curriculum itself. The first one is to identify the problem. The first thing what everybody makes a mistake is when they say my internet is not working, you as a level 1 technician or a technician or analyst is for you to identify the problem. Okay, so if I say my network is not working, you don't just say, okay, Atman's network is not working. You try to dig in deeper and find out why is Atman's not working, right? You'll need to find out what we call as what, when, and where, right? So which means what is the issue? So if we say in the networking scenario, it'll be my computer is not able to get internet access, right? That is the issue. What is the issue? Now, the when. So when was the last time I was able to have a working network? So it could be either last week, yesterday, 1 hour ago, before our lunch break. When was it last working? When did it stop working, right? So you now know what is the issue. When did the issue start? And then now you want to identify where are you located. The reason why where you're located is a huge portion is, let's say you want to identify clearly is, are they working from home or are they in office? If they're in office, what floor, what room number they're in, right? And if they're in a room number, is there many people in the same room, or is it just them? Is it a private office or is it a shared office with a lot of people? And you might want to ask them, hey, have you noticed? You don't want to say that, can you check if other people are working? You want to see, have you ever noticed, or if anyone else saying the same complaint that they're not able to connect to the network? And you also want to identify, are they connected to Wi-Fi or wired? So these are all the information you are doing to identify the problem and gather information, okay? You're gathering as much information as possible. 1, it'll help you to troubleshoot. 2, pass this information on to the second tier 2, which should be your desktop support or your networking team, right? Which means when you pass this much information, which shows that you have the process of thinking how to properly ask questions. That's what it is, okay? Your job role when you start off is asking questions, not just like random questions, right? Clear, precise questions to that issue itself. And there's actually a methodology that you have to use to ask these questions. This is exactly what it is. It's what, when, where. And this will give you all the information you need. Pretty much, if you think about it, any issue when you follow these what, when, where, these 3 W's, will give you a very good information on what the issue is, okay? We'll give you a lot of information on what the issue is. Then you use that to narrow down the causes. If I say, let's say, my internet stopped working, you're asking me when it stopped working, right? When was it working before? When it stopped working? I say 2 weeks ago, before I left on a vacation, I checked, it worked for me. Now they give you information that I was on a vacation for 2 weeks, and it worked 2 weeks ago. Now it's not, right? And then I would ask you, where am I located right now, right? Are you working from home? Are you working remote on a different country, or are you in the office? If I say I'm in the office, and you ask me, where in the office are you, sir? And I say, hey, I'm in office number 215, right? And you ask me, is it a shared office or is it a single office, right? And you find out I say it's a shared office. And you ask me, do you know if anyone else is complaining about networking issue there or any other connectivity issue, right? I say, no, I haven't heard anyone saying any issues, right? And you ask me, are you wired in or are you using wireless? And I say, no, I'm using wireless. And then everybody else, you ask, is everyone else on wireless or are they on wired? And I say, no, everybody else is wired in, right? I say I'm wireless and they're all wired in, which tells you now a lot of information about, my scenario here, that I'm using Wi-Fi. Everybody else is using wired. And in this office, the last time it worked was 2 weeks ago before I went on vacation. Now I came back, it didn't work, right? These are information that you'll write down and have it as a record itself. Now, let's say the possibility is my account is locked out because I was on vacation. In your workplace, there's something called when they go on vacation, you put them on certain block limitations, so they don't hurt the business itself, or if they get any virus attack or if they lose a device or password, the potentially the bad guys cannot go in and steal data, right? So you do put in a temporary break on the account, saying that they're going on vacation from this state to this state, and they'll be returning. And if there's any access related issue, it could be related to it, right? Each company's policies are different, so it depends on the company itself. Okay. But let's say you find out it's because after they come back, everybody else is working. There's people on Wi-Fi, there's people on wired. They're all working. It's just myself. Now you have narrowed down that it could be a access issue to my account or to my device itself, right? It could be outdated. Some businesses do have that their computer must be up to date for it to be logged onto the Wi-Fi or wired network, because it could potentially be security risk itself, right? So they put the restriction in. And it depends on each company's scenario itself, right? But if you don't know, at least you have collected this much information, you can pass it on to the tier 2, right? When they have resolved the ticket, you can actually see what happened, what they did to resolve this issue. From them, or talk to them, right? Because you have given this much information, it's for you to follow up. Usually they'll tell you to follow up and try seeing, if this issue has been fixed. And they'll have all the updates they have done. They should, to see what they did to fix this issue, right? So once, let's say I tell you that, okay, my account is locked, and you say, oh yes, your user account's been temporarily locked because you're on vacation. Let me go ahead and unlock the account. And trust me, you'll have a hands-on experience with this just in two more classes, okay? You'll have very good hands-on class experience with onboarding, offboarding, position change. You'll have the 3 assignments. You'll be pretty much an access control expert once you've done this. But you fix my access, you'll be like, oh yeah, I can see that in Azure your account has been put on temporary hold, disabled status. Let me go ahead and verify with HR and turn your account back on. The reason why I say verify with HR is you are at no position to ever give someone new access, okay? You need to verify. It's either with your team lead, your manager, or HR, okay? And if you're giving something, right, something new, and it's usually your team lead should give you the answer for it. If not, sometimes you directly report to manager, so your manager can give you answer for it. So in the government sector, we have something called a personal action form that tells us who's going on vacation, who's getting fired, who's actually getting hired, right? So it's called personal action form, PAF, PAF. So a lot of workplaces have this. It tells us that on a daily basis, we're getting let go in a big enterprise, right? In a big enterprise where there's 2,000, 3,000 people working, you can't email HR and be like, hey, has this person been fired or they came back? It's just not possible, right? But this form, you can go in there and search your name and see if that's available there, okay, if they're going on vacation or if they came back from vacation. And if it tells you, yes, they're supposed to come back on this date, you can enable them, right? But if they come back a day before, you can verify with HR or your team lead and give them access itself. Again, you're at no position to give them new access itself or renew their access if it looks suspicious or if you're not sure, okay? If you're never sure, always ask your team lead and go by it, and make sure your team lead knows it, that this is happening, and they give you approval to do it, okay? Preferably by email is better, so you can make sure that you haven't done nothing wrong and you have something to always protect yourself from getting fired, right? But that's good to talk in a theoretical way. But when I worked as a team leader or manager, if you tell me I'm going to send that email, can you approve it? Yes, I like that approach, but not all the time it's usable. So judge based on the scenario. Don't always say, no, I only do it if you approve it, because you're trying to now put a restriction on. Already they have a lot of workload, right? So you're trying to put a restriction on what it is and what's not. Some workplace might have this as a compulsory requirement, then you must do it. A lot of banks will have this compulsory requirement. A lot of hospitals will have a compulsory requirement, and all the banks, all the hospitals, all the government entities has this as a compulsory thing. Okay, any new access or any new access-related permission giving them must be approved by someone in either the employee who's asking for this access, as manager should approve it, or there's something called owners, which we'll talk about when you go into Azure, or your team lead. It must be like any one of those three, or it could be one specific person based on the company style itself. In government side, anything government side, you're always assigned an owner for any department. So if I'm the finance owner, anything that you need to give access to about finance will need my approval. Because if anything happens to the financial document, I'm the one who's responsible. So I'm the one who's needing to basically approve anyone getting access to finance-related document, okay? Any questions so far, guys?
No.
Very good. And please, guys, if you guys have any questions in my class, there is no such thing as small questions or dumb questions or stupid questions. Okay, ask a question. You're here to learn, and if you ask a question, I'll definitely answer. Okay, so do not be shy. Being shy will never get you anywhere. Okay. So, like, I just want to just make sure that, and if you guys have any questions, just feel free to unmute yourself and ask. If I'm doing a lesson, or put the raise the hands. It doesn't matter. You're more than welcome to just unmute yourself and ask. Okay. And then you would verify if the issue's been fixed by testing if your issue's been fixed. If it's fixed, this is the last step that a lot of people don't do, or a lot of people don't understand. It's called document and escalate if needed. So document meaning, if you have fixed the issue, you would actually in the ticket. When I'm saying ticket, you'll have actually hands-on experience with it. Don't worry. You'll write down exactly what you did to resolve the issue, and you have verified that the user's issue has been resolved. And you'll tell the users that this you'll actually put all the thing in the thing you have tested and it's verified, and then you can save it and close it. That means that anyone in the future has the same issue, they can search in the ticketing system to see if this issue has been resolved and how was this issue handled in the past. It can become a place of documentation, and all the assignments that you guys do will be based on documentation. Okay. And we'll talk about documentation in a one separate class itself, because it's something that's very needed, and it should be very much a clear process of following the thing, right? So it should be very much clearly stepped. So anyone new coming in should be able to follow that and do it. All proper or somewhat proper IT department you go into will have some sort of tool that they use for documentation or training. It's used for training itself. Okay. Escalate meaning, let's say your scope of work, your work responsibility, you might not be able to fix it. If it's something complex, let's say a networking issue, you're not capable or you're not allowed to do it, right? You're not allowed to touch that. You might be capable, but you might not be allowed to do it, which means you'll get all this information, pass it on to the networking team, right? And the networking team will let you know this is the issue that we'll handle. They'll fix the issue, and then depends on the company structure. They might give you the ticket back to verify with the user that it's been fixed and close the ticket, and which you can read their comments and everything. Okay. All right.
So for the documentation, because mostly the calls are recorded, right? Whenever we call.
You're thinking from a call center perspective, right? So yeah, like even right now, I'll tell you, like most of the government sector or even private sector, they can't afford to do call recording. Yeah, it might be recorded for for a short amount of period, but it's not really recorded in the sense it gets noted down in a file or folder by itself. We're still far away from it.
Okay. Yeah.
It is still a manual thing. They might have a recording for it for anything like harassment purposes or violation purposes, but it's not like something that you can actively put into your file for a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
And trust me, there's it's a good question that Zakira you asked. There's two different types of scenario here. Okay, one, you're facing clients. Two, you're facing users. The difference is the company you're working for, how they position themselves, right? So what I mean by client is you might be a call center or you might be a MSP, which stands for managed service providers. Who managed service providers are, or let's say you have a company of maybe 100 employees, 50 employees, 100 employees, 200,000, right? You want to hire someone, you might be able to have a budget to only hire an individual IT person. It's for 100% or 50%, one individual IT person cannot do that much job. It's just not possible. The manpower is not there. So instead of paying them 75, 80K, one person, you can go to this company and get the whole team for 70K a year. They'll do certain services. Obviously, they'll bill extra if they have to work a little more, right? So when you work for them, they become your client. So you're doing client services. In that case, yes, the calls are recorded. Most of the calls are recorded. They might be put into a ticket. And I work for some big MSPs. They still don't have the budget or the necessity to go ahead and put into tickets like that. It's just it's just not in the budget for them. It just costs them so much, right? because they're not doing like contract signing and they're fixing issue. For them, it's just not needed. But when you're facing users, there's no recording of it. It's all manual because users are company staff, right? So a lot of companies are support staff. So that's the difference. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Very good.
Thanks.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. Perfect. Any other questions, guys? Sorry. Tools for troubleshooting. We'll go over this. Ping for testing connectivity. Okay. If somebody says my computer, I cannot access the internet, the first thing you should be doing is walking through them the steps of opening up the command prompt, getting them to open IP, like finding the IP address, and try and see if you can ping if they're in the office. If they're at home, their seniors will go over it. If they're home, they're connected to their VPN, then you can try pinging them, okay? Most cases. But ping will actually have to see if you have direct connection with the user itself. And a lot of times these direct connection, if you don't have them, they cannot access either the internet or they don't have access to the company's resources, which means the company might have an internal web page that you can only access from inside of the company, or the company might have like some sort of application that only works inside the company itself, right? So when they're inside the company, that's you use ping to see if they have internet access or if they like is it actually working or not working. Okay, it's the easiest way. The ifconfig is the command you'll use to get the IP address. And I'll walk you through the stuff. Don't worry. In the next class, you have a hands-on thing for this, and you have a small assignment for this as well. Okay, class activity and assignment for this as well. NS lookup, we'll check for DNS. We'll go through DNS as well. In the later on classes, we'll check through the NS lookup, and it's a very interesting topic. And we'll have a class assignment where we'll actually try to ping your house and see if we can actually ping your house and get a direct connection. And you'll see that there's a bit of a blockage. Oh, sorry. And bit you can do to see, and you get a clear understanding of it. Trace route, you can actually see the direction your network travels to go to the destination. Like imagine you're traveling from your home to CTEC Training Center, right? You open up Google Maps, it tells you turns left on, take the exit, Kennedy exit on 401, take the street, go straight, that type of routes, right? You can see actually with the trace route, you can see how from your computer to the other computer or other network, you can see how it's traveling, the path it's taking, and all the IP addresses it's touching. You can actually see that. We'll actually have a class activity for that, okay? And task manager to check network usage. This one we can check network usage itself. It's very interesting is because you can actually see if the computer is actually putting out so much network outage. Well, is it because it's that's how it gets slow? Or you can actually check also is the computer's RAM is very high usage, the computer is very slow, is the hard disk low or high? How is the CPU getting used? Is it getting used so that it's getting slow? This is all covered in the task manager, is covered in the pre-recorded video as well. Okay, so you guys can once you have access, you can see that pre-recorded video. It's very clearly explained. I clearly explained, and I go open it up and I'll show you guys. This is a very good tool. It's built into all Windows for you to go ahead and see all the usage in the computers, and you can also see what programs are currently getting used as well. Okay. And it's a very easy tool. These tool configuration, we'll go through it in the next class next week Thursday. It's because it just takes us some time. There is a full class activity for this, okay, and small assignment for this as well. And this is the thing that I messed up on all the time when I was, when I was starting up. Do physical check first. There was a scenario. I'll tell you one of my scenario. What I did. I worked for. There was a power generation company. Algonquin Power Generator, I believe it's called Algonquin Power Generator Company. It's in North, I believe. So they had issues with their speaker. They had a big conference hall. This is me almost 12 years ago, I believe, 12 or 13 years ago. I was going to go and do I was working there under contract, and they said the conference room, they're going to have a big meeting, but the speakers are not working. The mic is working, the mic is turning on and off, and when I plug into a different speaker, it's working. So I thought it's maybe a driver software issue. So I brought in different computers, plugged it in and checked the computer. The mic seems to work on the computer. I can see that the mic is picking up like voice. And then I was like, why is the speaker not working? I tried to plug in the speaker. It's not working. I can't hear anything out of the speaker, And then I was troubleshooting. I thought it was a driver, so I uninstalled the drivers, reinstalled drivers, and I thought maybe it's a Windows issue. So I uninstalled Windows and reinstalled Windows. I spent about 7 hours, I think, 7 to 8 hours trying to troubleshoot. And I thought maybe the speaker is busted, but these are like $2,000, $3,000 speaker, conference speakers they have across rooms, right? It's not easy to replace. I can't go and say, oh, the speaker's burnt out. They're just going to be, what the hell, So all of a sudden, the senior technician came in and he just said, did you check the power? Did you check to make sure the speakers are turned on? And actually what happened was the speakers were turned off. It's a physical check, The switch for the speaker was turned off. That's exactly what happened. And that day I felt so embarrassed because it's to see just the physical switch itself. And trust me, a lot of us go through, the first thing you should check is a physical connection itself. If somebody tells you that the internet is not working, ask them to check, are they connected to Wi-Fi or cable? If it's Wi-Fi, tell them to see actually if they're connected to internet. Like go to the bottom of the screen, check and click on what network you're connected to. Make sure it's the correct one. Or if they're connected to wire, tell them to disconnect the cable and connect it back in. Like push it back in, Sometimes I have in the hospitals and in a lot of workplace, when the desktop is on the bottom or even the laptop on the top, the cable comes from the bottom itself. When they kick their feet or they try to, with their feet, they might have pulled the cable out or push the cable so far in it's damaged, When you tell them to check and disconnect and connect from the both end, right? Like from the socket and from the computer. So just connect and just connect back in just to get the connection back in, right? You'll be surprised of times you'll be able to fix the issue. When somebody says my Wi-Fi is not working, if you know the model of the computer, try and see if there's actually a switch. A lot of this is not happening now, but a lot of the slightly engineering laptops or older laptops, it has actually a switch you can turn off the Wi-Fi on. And the other thing is, when they say my webcam, I can't see my webcam on my laptop. Nowadays corporate computer webcam, they're coming with a small shutter. If you actually close it, you can't even see anything, So see if there's a shutter, that it's closed or open. You might be surprised how many people miss that. Right? So it's a physical connection first, right? Always, always, always. When they have issues with the computer, reboot the computer. 60% of the time, rebooting the computer will fix a lot of issues. Any device, router, modem, whatever it is, phone, reboot the device. It usually fixes the issue, okay? 60% of the time. Check for loose or unplugged connection. Those are very, very common. So physical check first, and then go on. Now, like after that incident I told you, anything that I handled, any issues, the first thing I say is to check the physical connection. Even if the user says, no, it's connected, I always tell them if it's Wi-Fi, if they say, no, it's connected, I always tell them just check the name, Wi-Fi name, and make sure it's correct, because you'll be surprised. Sometimes they might have a repeater that they're connected to and it's not connected to the network itself. They might be connected to a different network than they think they are, right? So always make sure to tell them to check the Wi-Fi or the cable itself. Okay, physical connection doesn't matter. Okay. Real life scenario, user reports no internet on their PC, Check, the first thing you should be doing is when, where, what, right? When did this happen? What happened? Or what, when, where? What happened? When did this happen? Where did it happen, right? And you want to make sure and check if they are connected or not, if others are connected or not. Check if the same scenario, if it's in a crowded area or not, right? And like if you're in a small office, one office, you can't ask the user, can you go outside and yell and see if other people are working? It's your job, okay? Do not think that, you can ask them to do certain things, users, because users because they have work today to do, right? Your work is to resolve their issue. Their work is to do their work, what they've been assigned at work, right? So it depends on each company's thing. You will need to do that on behalf of them. It depends on what their role is and responsibility is, right? So don't assume that they'll be able to, check and let you know. Some users might be nice. Some users do not like it. The reason why I say some users do not like it is just going back a couple of weeks ago, there was an individual got hired at Stouffville Hospital for a Microsoft 365 project. His first contract was 4 weeks, and they'll extend it. A lot of people are getting extended now, but his contract ended at 4 weeks. Before the contract was ended, I was called to let them know they're going to let him go, is because one of the reasons was a couple of complaints came in. He wasn't being user friendly. the language they use is user friendly, meaning, a user had issue with the migration when they moved over from physical on-site to the cloud base. They trained him. They gave him about 3 weeks of training, and then this fourth week started, right? Like and then plus 4 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks of training. I think 2 weeks of training plus 4 weeks, 6 weeks of total job he did, and it's supposed to get renewed for another 2 months, but they stopped. The thing they used was not user friendly. They gave me a couple of scenarios. One, he had an appointment at 9:30 with the staff, nurse or staff. I don't know exactly what the job role was, but a staff. I assume it's a nurse. He didn't show up until 9:45. The excuse he has said was he had to use the bathroom. What? And I said, well, like, what do you mean he had to use the bathroom, right? Like, if I was there, I would be using the bathroom at 9 o'clock, and then I'll be there by 9:20. 10 minutes before, to greet the user and walk through user reporting, right? Like, not a lot of users like this, and it's these small things that'll get you fired. Okay. And the second scenario was, user was having issues. Instead of him going to the users to fix the issue, he asked the user to come in. And this was I believe this was a doctor. So he's saying, no, come to my desk, I can fix it for you. That was another non-user friendly. Okay. These are the type of things that happened, and being not professional, being not organized. When they give you training, you don't just say, yeah, I know, right? You take notes while they're watching you. You ask questions, and you might, and then they allow you to shadow too. Shadowing means when a technician is working, you'll see what they're exactly doing, what your role's supposed to be, and everything, right? Once you do, you ask a lot of questions. But when you go in to actually do the work, you're supposed to have already learned a lot of things, right? And go in, you might have 1 or 2 questions. That's okay, but be sure that your work should not bother the other technician. The other technician should not be always babysitting you. They're not here to babysit you, right? So they can teach you while you're shadowing, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. You have to ask a lot of questions. You have to be confident. And when you talk to the customer, also you need to sound confident. Okay. With customer service, put in please, thank you, how are you, and those type of greeting stuff. Okay. Those are the things that he was let go for, and the pay was $32 an hour, right? So he was very frustrated. The guy who got let go, but I told him before he was let go, this we expect this as, because I heard from inside as well. Okay, so a lot of these government facilities to get involved, I would personally know the manager or the director, is because I'm from the government side too. Like when you have hospitals, like every hospitals are sister hospitals. We all work together to share cybersecurity resources, server resources, Azure cloud resources, and there's something called Health Tele Network. So it's a network thing that was built for just specifically for hospital itself. Okay, so everybody's a cluster. It's called. So so we would know each other, but I can't do anything to alter the things. Okay, it'll be conflict of interest. But I would know if anything bad happens before it gets known to the agency itself. Okay, so now check if this is a Wi-Fi. Check if it's a physical cable or Wi-Fi. Check the physical cable / Wi-Fi. Use ping to test gateway. So ping, I'll show you guys exactly how to use ping in the next class. Check IP config if there's an IP, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by an IP or no IP. When you guys watch the other pre-recorded videos, it'll start making a little bit more sense for you guys, okay? If not, check DHCP settings. We'll go through these scenarios, okay, next week. Okay, guys, I want to stop it here. It's 8:50 right now. The reason why I want to stop is I don't want to go any further, because next class when we start, you guys should have already watched the week 1 pre-recorded video and week 2 pre-recorded video when you come in for next class, and then we'll talk about this, and then we'll actually do, before we talk about the lesson, we'll actually go through a small lesson and then work on a class activity, and I'll give you guys a small assignment that you guys can do. Okay, that'll be the agenda for next class, and I'll send you email link just like I do for every other batch, so you guys are aware what's everything is due, what you have to watch for this class. Until next class, there is no assignments, there is no quizzes for you guys. The only thing I want to ask is watch all the things that's part of week 1, and week 2 will be unlocked as well. Watch all the pre-recorded video for week 2 as well. Okay, in the next class, we will talk about whatever is the videos and things you have watched for week 1 and week 2. Okay, guys, any questions for today's class?
Excuse me, sir. So we are supposed to watch the week 1 and week 2 pre-recorded video before entering to the week 2 class.
Next week. Yes, on the 15th. Yes, that's correct. And it's I believe altogether it's about 1.5 hours of video, I believe. and we'll discuss about it if you guys have any question in the next class.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And I know I don't want to forget before I move forward is a small announcement. Starting tomorrow until 14th, I'm on a I like to say it's a mandatory vacation I have to take. The reason is because in 2025 I've never taken a break. I work 7 days a week. I wake up at 4 a.m. till like 9:30, 10 p.m. My health and my cortisol level, my stress hormone level has risen up recently very high. So in the recent blood work in the New Year's, my doctor said I have to take a vacation now. So I'm going on a 5-day vacation. I'll be leaving tomorrow morning till the 14th of next week. Okay, it's a mandatory vacation I have to take, just so you know, to relax. In this 5 days, you might not receive an email back from me right away. But if you have any questions, please do send them, and I will try to reply to them as much as I can. I'm just trying to, you know, just so that you know I can de-stress and just be relaxed, and pretty much just sleep. That's exactly what it is. Okay. But I will be leaving out of the country for the next 5 days. Okay.
Yeah, we just gonna get the access to the videos,
Yes.
right? By
Yeah,
Tuesday?
you will. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Even if I'm gone, the staff will send you the access. Usually, you'll get them tonight. I believe they're working on it right now, and they talk because it's like 9 o'clock. Or you get them tomorrow morning. Not a problem at all.
Oh,
Before let's say 9 o'clock tomorrow, you'll have access to it. I'm hoping tonight, at least the LMS and the pre-recorded videos can go on like tomorrow. That's fine. But LMS access should be there tonight for you guys. Okay.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Any questions?
Not so far. Maybe after watching the videos and.
Yeah, I feel like you're already exhausted, but don't worry. The first class is always boring because we just theory, right? But second class, when you start doing activities and everything, it'll start becoming fun.
Yeah.
It's always is. The first class is always boring because we do have to cover it, right? And the pre-recorded videos are there, so you guys can watch that. And when you come for the next class, you're prepared for it.
Yeah. That.
Okay.
Once we watch the video, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll have more questions.
100%.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I want you guys to have a wonderful night and a wonderful week. I'll see you guys on the 14th with more energy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good time. Rest.
Thank you.
It's good for us if you are well rested. We can have more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. Have a good night. Have a good night.